right now just by converting their real estate companies to really call centers now. The big real estate companies aren't really real estate companies. They're call centers that have people that show houses. Let's be real, right? That's what they do. They show houses. And they felt, and we go back to the learning curve. Mine was two years. I'm sure yours is about 2 years. Now it's like 69 days. I got people they're closing 2 or 3 homes within 30 days of getting their license. Why? Because they're showing homes, show the home, come back here, we'll fill out the template with you, then we'll send it back to them, DocuSign or AuthentiSign, that's from the MLS. When they get it back, we'll email it to the other agent, and they will present it to the thing, and then we'll open escrow, blah, blah, blah. Right? When I first started, how did we do it, Joe?
Walk up there.
That's right. You talk to them, you present it at the house. I don't present offers no more. I'm just as lazy as everybody else. I DocuSign, I take the picture, whatever. I don't, what I just said, I do too. You do too. Why would you go back the old way? In fact, you don't. But that's why we have become a commodity instead of a profession, because we don't build a rapport. How many people have CRMs, right? So I'm talking about, I mean, we're causing our own problem, right? I didn't have a CRM when we started. You? No, it was right here. We didn't need a CRM because you were living the experience with the buyer. You were taking them to the homes. You didn't need a CRM. I had this right here. See that tab? That's all I had. And I was the top guy for Century 21 in 98, 99. And that's all I used. No CRM, no ticker, because I was building rapport with them. And that's why there was loyalty. People say, oh, the buyers aren't loyal. Well, we're not loyal as agents. We're not loyal because why? We put them in a CRM. We don't build that rapport that we used to. Part of it because of technology, because if somebody wanted to see homes, we would have to show them what the inside looked like. So we saw thousands of homes that would not fit the criteria if we would have had the picture ahead of time. I mean, how many times we walk in homes on Alex all right? You drove all that way, spent all that time. That never happens anymore. Nobody ever says, I don't like that kitchen, let's go. We used to get that comment all the time. Yeah. So that's how the market has changed. You've changed. So that's why there's not loyalty with buyers either, is because when you were driving in that car, you can only talk about real estate for so long, right? But you start talking about their family, their friends, and all that, and you became friends with them, so you built up a rapport. You don't build that rapport up on the CRM anymore. So what do they get? They get automatic drips and their numbers. Everybody's a number now. So we have caused our own problems by focusing on CRMs instead of client relationships. But it's part of the deal because, I mean, what are you going to do? You can't go back in time, and that's how you have to do it now because that's how the consumers are trained now too. So that's how that's another way you need to change. Go ahead.
But clients still appreciate client relationships.
Yeah, it's easier for a mortgage guy because you still get to communicate so much, right? Your deal, send me this, send me that. With homeowners, like they shop a mortgage once or twice. Okay, that guy's the best rate. Boom. On houses, they're looking at houses every single day when they get back from work. I mean, let's face it. Over half of my listings now, they're more of an expert than I am because they've been on there for 6 months. Yeah. I know how much that's sold for. I know how much that's sold for. Blah blah. You know what they say? Oh yeah, that one was a divorce sale. Well, those people left. They went to Oregon. That guy, well, he sold a little bit low because he got a job transfer. Oh, and that one over there, the wife left, kids didn't stay, and they were going to college, so that's why he sold it for that price. Okay, what do you want this for? Right?
It's true.
Have to talk. Let's be real. That's because they have all the information now, so we have to adapt to that. So, and then with DocuSign and email, I mean, a lot of listings I don't even go to. We send the photographer, take the pictures, get it out, and then when we get listed, when we get offers, how many times do we present them now? We present them by calling them, emailing them, and going over the phone, so we don't have to drive there anymore, right? Before, when you had listings, you'd have to take them all the time and present them, get them signed, rejected. Now, DocuSign, boom, boom, boom. 5 minutes, 10 minutes. That's how the market's changed.
You think photomats are going to come back?
Steve, can
Right
I say a story? I just got to say, I hate Zillow and Julia. I had a story, and I'm going to say it really quick. Last year, these buyers, they wanted to buy a house. They were pre-approved, blah, 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 in Green Valley. I don't know how many trips I made over there, and it was summertime, so they had 2 little kids. One was 10, the other one was 8. So one time they emailed this address to me, and they said, can you check this property? Anyway, I checked it. We went inside. We got an offer. We opened escrow and everything, and we did the home inspection. So when they did a home inspection. Before that, the father called me and he said, Nilda, I gotta ask you something. And I go, what? Are the kids getting compensating for this?
That's right.
I go, why?
Yeah.
And he go, well, because they found the house on Zillow and we sent you the address, so all you did was to write the offer.
That's right.
And I go, I cannot do that. And just by a curiosity, I said, so how much are you expecting me to give each one of your kids? And he said $1,000 each.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So
I was so mad.
Yeah, he got the number from Redfin.
Right.
And Redfin, Hungry Agents. There's a bunch of websites popping out now that will give 60% of the buyers. They did a study. 60% of the buyers and sellers that do their own research, their own work, they want some kind of compensation. So that means, paying some of their closing costs or whatever, because they are saving us a lot of time. So that information, we gave that to them. Stupid. Okay? So now it's out. It's free. You can't charge full price for information that you now give away for free. That's why NAR said the biggest threat to our industry, this is from the Danger Report, is part-time agents. Well, for the first time, I don't know about where you guys are at, but I think it's most likely all areas now, over half the business is now being done by part-time agents. Okay? The old rule of 90-10, that's over. Over half the business in Vegas is now being done by part-time agents that have no clue what they're doing because they've been put on that puppy mill of cold calling and all that, and they don't have the wherewithal to know what's going on, and they're probably going to be out of business in 2 years. Well, you think it's bad now? Wait till the second cycle. So this is the first cycle where people are realizing, realtors don't know what they're doing. The last cycle, realtors were still professionals, okay? Because there wasn't a lot of part-timers. Now there's a lot of part-timers. So people are going, wait a minute. 85, the part-timer is 85%, so most likely the impersonation of a realtor that a consumer thinks is part-time. They don't know me, they don't know you, they don't know Joe, so they think, oh, you're a realtor? Oh yeah, I know a realtor, I work with 2 of them. Okay, like I said, when I first started, very few people did it part-time. You couldn't do it part-time. Now real estate is probably the best part-time job you can have because of that. People are finding the houses on their own because we give them the information away for free. But the associations like it, NAR likes it, why?
More membership.
That's right. It doesn't, it's the same with franchises, big franchises. They don't want 10 people doing 100 deals. They want 1,000 people doing 1 to 2 deals so they get their 50-50.
Right.
So part-timers do that. That's a model. That's the model. There's nothing wrong with that.
Did California's educational requirements stop the part-timers in California?
What's their education requirement?
Well, don't you have to have a college degree now in California? No?
College courses. College courses.
Yeah.
Renew, you have to have certain college courses, but that's
Yeah.
still hasn't.
Green
Not a
woman.
college degree. Not a college degree, just college courses.
I was just doing a loan for a buyer in the seller was a part-time agent, and in California, the seller pays for Section 1 termite report, and then prevented it in Section 2. Well, anyways, long story short, they put no cap on the termite work, and there was a deck, a wood deck. And the wood deck was about $30,000 worth of termite damage. And the part-time agent said, sorry, I screwed up, Mr. Seller. You got to pay $30,000 for the wood deck because I didn't put a cap on it of the amount of termite damage that the seller had to pay. So anytime there's Section 1, you always put a cap on it. In this particular case, but that's the problem with part-time agents, and that's the problem. Those kinds of stories are the only kinds of stories that are going to allow the old-timers to compete with the Zillows and the Redfins out there because of inexperience.
But there's no way to get those stories out there. By the time the people find out, it's too late.
It's already,
Yeah, it's too late. It's too late.
And here's the truth, and I said this at the beginning of the day. None of you have enough online. None of you.
Okay. And
Collectively, you should all be.
Most of the
here's why you take a listing for free. Here's another reason why you take a listing for free. consumers now have for the first time how many transactions you've closed. So for now even Realtor.com is doing it. So the more transactions you have, the only way to show that you do real estate full time, and this is not entirely true because you can still do it part time and sell a lot of homes. But at least, you know, even if you do it, just because you do it part time doesn't mean you're an idiot, right? But if you do it part time and you sell a lot of homes, you've done a lot of transactions, then you're a good agent. Unfortunately, when we say part time, it usually means somebody that really does it part time and just, hey, it's an extra. All I want is $5 to $10 grand a year to compensate what I'm already making, or 20 grand, whatever. But one way to combat that is like Zillow, Trulia. I put it. Actually, there's a site on my site where you can go in and you can show how many transactions an agent did. Zillow's doing it, Realtor.com's doing it. In fact, there's one site called Neighborhood Agent or something. The clients are asking me, hey, we saw that your days on market was 230 days or whatever it was, and that seems a little high, but yet we've seen this, you did good here, you did. They know more of my stats, seriously. They knew more of my stats than I did. I said, let me look at that. And so I look at it, and it said 230 days. I'm like, that's cool. But they were doing, because they were combining the short sales and traditional together. I go, oh, that's because I got a lot of short sales. So they, oh, okay. Because they were going to listen to me because they're why is it so long? Oh, it's because they're counting my short sales too. So there are some sites that give so much detailed information. I think it's called Neighborhood Agent, whatever it is, that the consumers can go to get. The sellers do more research on an agent than buyers. Buyers agents don't care. Buyers don't care about their buyers agents, really. A majority. There's exceptions to every rule we say, of course, but a majority of the time we're seeing the buyers, you know, give us some money. We found the house, give us a couple grand. And Redfin is encouraging that. In fact, on the website, the Department of Justice now actually has shown, if you go to the Department, if you Google commission rebates, the first thing that comes up is the Department of Justice. And they do it good. They show consumers how to get a commission rebate. And they do a whole block thing on it.
But what about...
Right where right before I'm in Vegas, they want to billboard, this is your house.
Oh yeah, Aaron. Yeah.
But isn't that a
The
restaurant?
better one is the yellow black that says less than 1%.
On the way out last year.
Hey.
But on the way in right now, it's $199. Is your house.
The one on the way out's better. It's yellow and black. List for 1%.
I was thinking that was like,
Okay.
But the real estate...
You know what they say? I always say the best for last.
Steve, but the real estate division, they tell us it's illegal for us to give...
No, you're talking about kickbacks, commission rebates.
That's a
Yeah.
RESPA violation.
No, commission rebates. There's 17 states that do not allow it, but Nevada does, and I think California does too. But you can go to the Department of Justice, and the Department of Justice is actually going after those states and saying, no, that's antitrust. You should allow commission rebates because a 3% buyer co-op, that's antitrust. There's no standard commission for anything, and technology is bringing it up. And what's making it even more of an impact is you have low supply, high demand. No matter what it is, when you have a middleman and you have high demand and low supply, and then you add technology, it makes less need for a middleman, which we are.
So did you say that you take listings for free, or you? Because I thought I heard you say.
So look, if each is different. So if someone is on the verge of a short, I've done a listing for free and they didn't buy a house with me because on a short sale. So I took one for free where we didn't get them enough money and they would have to come out of pocket. So I did it for free. That's $10,000 worth of free advertising.
Because I competed with someone like that.
Yeah. Because look, I could either do a short. These people could either they didn't have enough money to come out of pocket. We're 2 days before closing. How many referrals am I going to get from them? Probably 2 or 3 at least. So you can tell everybody about it. And in Vegas, there's so many people on the verge, and when they buy a house, I'm sure they're going to call me, right? Because if it wasn't for me, they would have had to ruin their credit, right? I saved their credit by doing it for free. Now, do I just go out and do stuff for free? No, of course not. That's stupid. But if it's going to benefit long-term me and somebody else, why not? And sometimes you do something for free, you don't get any benefit. Who cares? I mean, it's already done. I'm not going to start a short sale for the people and ruin their credit. The new home people, that's a no-brainer. The new home, they got a new home, the builder's going to pay me. Am I really doing 2 transactions when I sell a new home? It's like 1.25, right?
So what's the future of inventory now? You
went through all these statistics.
Well, in the future of inventory,